We are going to show you an experiment. We're going to compare ceremonial grade matcha versus culinary grade matcha. No better person to help me with this taste test than Christiana. Let's break down the differences between these two. Matcha comes in two main types, the culinary grade and the ceremonial grade. Culinary matcha for cooking and baking, that is fine. Ceremonial grade matcha are supposed to be for drinks. Shops ask me, can they use culinary grade matcha to make matcha green tea latte? Why would you even consider culinary grade matcha for your green tea lattes? Well, number one, it is the price. Culinary grade matcha comes in cheaper prices. That means half or even a third of the price of a ceremonial grade matcha. But when you talk of ceremonial grade matcha, there are also many different grades of ceremonial grade matcha. The more expensive it is, the more premium they are. So there is no shortcut with matcha. What can you tell us about the texture?
I think the ceremonial grade one just seems a bit more moist, more hydrated, and more coarse, whereas the culinary grade one seems quite dry, quite like the ceremonial grade has been in the sun for a while, that kind of feel, and it's a lot finer.
Yeah, would you say it's more powdery type rather than...
Yeah, it's more powdery.
Yes, finer particles there. Can we do a smell test?
Yeah.
Yeah, but don't sniff it too much.
Oh, it smells really nice.
That's the ceremonial
grade. It smells really nice. There's like a natural sweetness to it, but you know it's natural because it's not a piercing kind of sweet. And then the culinary one. The culinary one smells like it's mixed with black tea. Actually, it doesn't even smell like matcha, like real matcha. Yeah, it smells like matcha in cardboard.
Cardboard.
Yeah, but I can see why it's culinary grade, because if I think of a matcha cake or a matcha something else, it does smell like that as opposed to this. So that's interesting.
That's a good observation. Yeah, well, matcha, for those that do not know, are not actually powdered tea. These are ground leaves. So you're ingesting the actual leaves. That's why it is more healthy than your regular green tea. So understandably, there's a big difference in price, because culinary grade as well, when they grind the leaves, they include the veins. So that's why the color becomes paler. But good quality ceremonial grade matcha, they even take out the veins, so it's only the green leaf. Culinary grade probably would be the findings of the ceremonial grade matcha. That's why they can sell it cheaper. But they are from the same leaves. It's probably just because they are processed differently, and also including all the unwanted bits in the ceremonial grade matcha.
Nice.
And now it's really down to the taste, right? We are going to help you find out whether you can use culinary grade, whether you can cover it up by adding milk to it. We're going to make two drinks today. We're going to make matcha green tea latte. I'm going to use a plant-based milk here. This is oat milk. And we're going to make a non-milk matcha drink, and I'm going to use coconut juice or coconut water.
It's not really coconut water. It's like I don't know what it's really in right now. It's not coconut water, but it's like coconut nectar. But that sounds sweet. It's not actually. I mean, it is sweet, but it's not like, I don't know how to explain it.
Right. It's kind of sweeter. I've tried this drink, but the idea is the same, non-milk matcha. I am going to teach Christiana as we get on here. So Christiana, we use a matcha whisk here. This is good to make sure that all the particles of the matcha are fully incorporated with your drink and they're not lumpy. We're going to use the strainer to strain the matcha into our matcha bowl. I have two matcha bowls here. I'm giving Christiana my precious glass matcha bowl, and I'm going to use this, but as I always say, use the one with a spout so that when you pour your matcha drink into your glass, you'll get a beautiful layer in the glass. Christiana will do the ceremonial grade, and I'm going to do the culinary grade, okay? Use the scale, tear, put your strainer there, and tear, and I'm going to add 3 grams of matcha. This very precious powder.
How much is that? How much is
Just 3 grams. Just keep going until it's 3 grams.
Oh wow, it's like very light. Okay.
It's very light. That's all you need. Matcha is very pure, precious powder. So I've got exactly 3 grams here. Let's see how much you've got. Okay, 3 grams confirmed. Now we're going to just like strain it into the bowl. Okay, just shake it left and right. But because I'm not using a nut that I always do, I'm going to use the spoon. You can see that this one is still lumpy, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so...
That's weird, but this is more grainy.
Yeah.
But that's, yeah.
She's always looking at mine. Look at yours.
I'm looking at both.
There you go, very fine now. And what we need here, because this is going to be a non-milk one, I have measured 30 ml of water here. Okay, you can take it off the scale now. Use the 30 ml water, pour it into the bowl. Okay, and just before we use the whisk here, I would suggest that we dip it in hot water to sterilize, and some people will say to loosen the bristles, but really for me it's just to sterilize it. Okay, now whisk. The way you whisk it is either circular motion or W motion. Light whisking using your wrist. Do not agitate the matcha too much. We have our matcha mix ready. Now we are going to assemble the drink. I'm going to use half a cup or 120 ml of my coconut nectar. And you can do the same.
120?
Yes.
Just fill it up.
Fill it up. Just, you can put it here so when the ice spills, it'll spill in there. Yeah. You can pour it fast. You know, it doesn't matter. It will still.
Oh gosh.
Stay on top.
Oh, but there were clumps.
It's not
I wasn't
flat.
doing it properly.
It's not very flat, so
it's my first time doing this.
Whisk the wrist.
Oh
Use
yeah,
the wrist.
I was using my arm.
I think you're fine now. That's okay now.
Okay.
Okay, and pour it into your. I think we're going to be here all day. Right. Okay. There you go.
So worried about this glass thing now that apparently it's very special. Oh, that looks nice.
That
I mean, look at the
beautiful.
color. It's so different.
Okay.
I mean,
Culinary versus ceremonial. I mean, both of them look good, right? With just different kind of green.
yeah. I don't know. I think next to each other, I'd definitely rather have this one.
Okay, but do not be fooled by how it looks. Let's try.
Not yet.
Okay, not yet.
Yeah.
Okay, let's give it a try. Let's stir and see how they look.
Oh, so pretty. I mean,
wow, look at that. I'm definitely going to have that.
yeah.
This is normally what you would see out there is this color of matcha, right? But if you see this color, I'll say run away. Now,
Let's try it first.
let's try it first.
Can you hide the quality of the matcha if you use whatever, like if you put
Cheaper
it through a
matcha.
medium?
Yeah. It's so good, right?
Yeah, it's so good.
Yeah, I know. This is actually not so bad. Anyway,
Really?
switch.
Alright.
Oh wow, I'm gonna have this.
I can't. I can't even
Wow.
I can't even hide my. I can't even hide my concerns here. The first thing that came into mind when I had this sip is seaweed, which is not what you want to. It's not what you want in your mind when you take your first sip.
The seaweed.
Seaweed.
Yeah, seaweed is actually a good thing for the matcha.
Really?
Yeah, but the seaweed is stale seaweed, I would say, right? Not like the fresh seaweed.
Oh, but it leaves such a bad aftertaste.
Right.
I would say it's bad.
Oh, okay.
I
Now-
feel like something is wrong with your matcha.
Yeah, if you, I mean, guys, we're here
let me. You know what? The seaweed thing. Let me. Yeah, I mean, there's definitely seaweed to this, but that's packaged dry seaweed that's gone out of date. Whereas this is like,
Stale one.
this is fresh seaweed. You know?
Yeah, grassy, very vegetal taste, right? Yeah.
I can't even enjoy this fully now because the aftertaste of that is still lingering. Yeah, it
some reason,
ruined
yeah.
the taste of the corn. I think that's the way to put it. Whereas this one, it goes together really well, and I think there's a lot more depth in flavor in this one. That one hits you quite hard, whereas this one develops. So there is a start, there's a beginning, middle, and end with this one. Whereas that one is just one snapshot.
Now let's make matcha green tea latte, this time using oat milk. You can use dairy milk as well, any milk of your choice. So we are going to repeat the same process.
Yeah.
But because this is with milk, we are going to use a lot more matcha. How much did we use for this one? We
3
used
grams.
3 grams. My recipe for a premium matcha is to use 6 grams for my 16 ounces. So we are going to double the proportion of the matcha. Someone commented on one of my videos saying that's a lot of matcha, but this is the way to go if you want to go premium. But of course you can reduce the matcha if you want to cut costs, but the flavor is not the same. Okay, now this time, because we are using more matcha, I am going to use more water. We are going to use room temperature water. Some shops they use warm water, but I prefer to use cold water. It's more like cold brewing your matcha. Okay, so this is about 1.5 ounce or 45 ml into your bowl, and we're going to whisk it again. So I'll just dip it in the water there and start whisking. This time you will have a lot more matcha. Very, very lightly.
I think I'm doing a better job this time.
Oh, that's great, yeah. But
I think
You know-
I prefer the circular
you prefer the circular
whisking.
motion?
Yep. Wow, look at that.
Beautiful. Let's see.
It's way nicer than the previous one, you guys.
Okay, let's
I did not do a
show-
good job last time.
And I've got here my culinary grade matcha. Time to assemble our drink. This time we're going to use oat milk, and according to the packaging, shake well before using. Okay, we are going to use the same amount. We're going to use half a cup or 4 ounces or 120 ml.
I feel like we don't have equal amount of oat milk. Oh wait, oh no, it's not clumpy.
That is absolutely gorgeous. How are you enjoying the experience?
Not as much as drinking it.
Oh, okay. Time to find out how they taste like. Let's stir and see. Man, look at that color. The color of this one looks like a regular green tea. That's really it.
Yeah, that's very nice.
My turn.
Okay.
What do you think?
I definitely still prefer the ceremonial matcha for the same reasons. It's just got a more interesting taste profile. It feels more expensive, and it is more expensive, but this one definitely feels like it's out of date or something is wrong with it. So yeah, I'd definitely go for this one any day of the week. In terms of whether I think it's worth saving the money, I feel no if you want your customers to come back and order your matcha. If I ordered this from a shop, I wouldn't finish it and I would just not order it again. Whereas with this one, I'd actually tell my friends about it, and I would order it again. So Don't know. I think it just depends on how much you're selling your matcha drinks for, but I think if you want to do it matcha, you might as well do it properly. This will give matcha a bad name, and it will give your shop a bad name when it comes to matcha, and this won't. So the decision is yours. I imagine this matcha will taste better in cakes and everything like that when paired with other drinks. So if you compare this version of the culinary matcha drink with the coconut drink tastes better than this. You know,
Right.
So there is a place for it in your baked goods or in your non-matcha, like in your
Matcha
non-drinks.
yeah.
But if you're gonna go for drinks, I definitely recommend this one. But at the same time, saying that, I don't think there's a place for this in actual baking. I think it would be too overpowering. You know.
Well, let us know if you bake and then you try ceremonial grade matcha for your cakes. How would they taste? I'm sure it will be so
It'll
much
probably
more
be
expensive.
very good.
It'll be very
but,
good, yeah.
But I think it's not necessary.
Can you imagine a cake looking like this? I mean, imagine this as cakes. Which one would you pick? I still would pick this one.
Yeah.
Because I feel like it is more natural. I mean, this color seems to be muted, and there's probably something added to it to make it cheaper, I suppose, right? Okay, but correct us if we're wrong, but here we are only making very, very superficial comparison in terms of the color, the texture, the smell, and this time the taste. So this we are doing so that you can be informed of how these two differ in terms of taste and in terms of preparing them for your drinks. Okay, thank you very much for joining us today, Christiana, and we hope to see you again sometime soon. Right.
Yep.
For those who do not know, this is my loveliest daughter. Well, I only have one daughter, Christiana. Any questions, do let us know in the comment below. We'll see you again for more of these taste tests and more of these video tutorials. In the meantime, stay safe, take care. Thank you for watching.
Ciao for now.